We meet again today in Ethics and Religious Philosophy class. This is our 8th meeting. Okay, how are you today? I hope all of you are in good condition. All is well. Stay safe and follow health protocols. Okay, the first question for today's meeting is what are the most common political models in history? Okay, then we got these two political models. So economical models, socialism, economic and political models. Democracy is a political system or political models. So oftenly in history, socialism and democracy is oftenly contradicted by several groups. And the next question is, what is democracy? And I got from Britannica.com. It literally means rule by the people, and this democracy word derived from the Greek word demokratia, which was formed from two words, demos, people, and kratos, rule or government, and generally is considered to be a representative and pluralistic political system. There is an equal suffrage of adult citizens, along with the structure of democratic rights, freedom of speech, freedom of political organization, and the rule of law. Okay, this is the illustration of democracy. There's freedom, rights, representation, participation, citizen voice. However, there was critics about democracy, especially representative democracy, is often criticized as and considered as contradicted with the idea of democracy, because the substance, the essence of democracy is that people should participate actively and directly in the decision which affect their lives. So the true democracy is where the people could participate actively and could give their voice directly to the decision that could affect all their lives. However, in a representative system, the people are excluded from the decision-making process, because in the representative system, in every election, the people chose the representation of them, which is called member of the parliament or representative, something like that. And this member of parliament or representative are the one who make most decision in the state or in the government. They are the one who create the law, who decided or who discuss about the law, and they decided the new law that could be applied into the society. So the representative is the one who make the most all important decision in the representative system, and the people, or the role of the people only to choose them. So that is quite contradicted with the real idea of democracy, because the true democracy is the people supposed to participate actively and directly without any representation or representative. Okay, next is this is the picture about direct democracy, laws, rules, vote, and representative democracy. People only choose the elected representative, and the elected representatives are the one or that created the laws or making the rules in the democratic system. Okay, next questions. What is socialism? I think we have slightly discussed about this in our previous meeting. About socialism and laissez-faire capitalism. But for today, we're discussing about socialism as economic and political system. Socialism truly is an economic and political system that based on collective ownership of the means of production. So in capitalist society, the one who owns the means of production is the capitalist, or the one who has capital, or the bourgeois. And but in a socialist country or socialist state, or socialist society, those means of production, which are machine, tools, factories that used to produce goods that aim to directly satisfy human needs, is owned by the government. So the one who distribute people needs is the government. In a purely socialist system, all legal production or distribution decisions are made by the government, and individuals or the citizen rely on the state or the government for everything, from food to healthcare. So the government distribute food, distribute healthcare, education, and so on. And also the government determines the output and pricing levels of all goods and services. So the government controls everything, but the people often don't have to pay for anything in socialist countries. Okay, this is I think I couldn't find any socialist picture, so I choose this one. We are the 99%. I think if we talk about socialism, it should be related to the majority, I think. Okay, non-socialist thinker. Okay, this is the discourse about capitalism, socialism, and democracy. According to the non-socialist thinkers, I took Alexandra Solzhenitsyn, one of the opposition of Soviet Union, the most prominent opposition, because he got like Nobel literature Nobel, I think, Nobels in literature. According to him, the idea of socialist democracy is to be as meaningful as boiling ice. It's quite impossible, boiling ice. But right now in Indonesia, we could find it in several states. Boiling ice, like es bakar. Okay, next is Milton Friedman. Capitalism is a necessary condition for democracy. This is the economist pro-capitalist, and which is why he thought that capitalism is the system that have to be existed with democracy. Irving Kristol and Daniel Bell, they thought that the exposure of socialism to democracy will produce the death of socialism. Yeah, just like I think they took the example from the Soviet Union. Yeah, after Glasnost and Perestroika, the Soviet Union collapsed, and yeah, after that they are not a socialist country anymore. They are separating into several small countries, which I don't think there is any of them that are applying socialist system, which is why Irving Kristol and Daniel Bell thought that the exposure of socialism to democracy will produce the death of socialism. Okay, this is Alexandra Solzhenitsyn, one of the main opposition of Soviet Union. His most notable works is Gulag, the novel Gulag Archipelago, I think. Liberalism was inevitably displaced by radicalism. Radicalism has had to surrender to socialism, and socialism could never resist communism. Yeah, that is his quote. And his Milton Friedman, one of the capitalist thinkers. The future of private enterprise capitalism is also the future of a free society. There is no possibility of having politically free society unless the major part of its economic resources are operated under a capitalistic private enterprise system. Okay. Capitalism today. This is Daniel Bell and Irving Kristol. Yeah, the last quote. Okay, for socialist thinker, I took from Nikos Poulantzas, one of the latest socialist thinker. He thought that one thing is certain: socialism will be democratic, or it will not be at all. So it means that previously most socialists thought that without socialism there could be no democracy. But recently, most socialists thought, just like what Poulantzas said, there will be no socialism without democracy. So democracy first, then socialism. Okay, this is his picture. Okay, liberal perspective views on democracy. Okay, according to liberal perspective, yeah, democracy only a formal and procedural term, and only political and legal matter. And this liberal perspective then produces the idea of liberal democracy. And this liberal democracy is a political system that compatible with capitalism. Okay, this is the picture that symbolize liberal democracy and capitalism. So the vote could be bought with dollar or with money. The richest could win the election because they have more money than others. Okay. And according to Karl Marx, one of the major socialist thinkers, the real basis of power lies in the economic, he called it basis structure, and society is divided into classes which contradicted one another. And there are enormous differences in wealth and privilege in capitalist society. Okay, this is the picture that could symbolize on the top pyramid. There is the one who rule. We rule you, like government. Below it, religious figures, or religious society. And below that is military, and below the military is the bourgeois, the capital owner, and the the lowest level is people. We feed all. Okay, this is pyramid of capitalist system. The dominant class, according to Karl Marx, can use the political and legal system to fulfill their goals. Meanwhile, the poor and the non-dominant class only have the right to vote and legal redress, which is often meaningless, because they only have they only able to vote in several years. For example, like in Indonesia is 5 years, and then after that they don't have any voice until the next election. They if they want to criticize the government or their representative, it will not affect anything, because the government will still run, even though the people criticize the government. Sometimes the government, like Indonesian government, changing decision if the people, the majority refusing the policy of the government. But however, mostly the critics from the people still not really affected the policy of the government in the capitalist system or liberal democratic system. And socialists insisted that a genuine democracy should go beyond political and legal arrangements, and also could solve the economic and social roots of class inequalities. Okay, this is the symbol of democratic socialism. Okay, this is my references. I will also uploaded these two books in the Google Classroom, and this is the web link. Probably you could find it in the internet. And this is discussion. 3 questions for us for today to discuss. Can capitalism, socialism, and democracy coexist? And second, which political system is compatible with democracy? Is it capitalism or socialism? And the third, Indonesia's current democratic system is more inclined to which system? Is it capitalism or socialism? Okay, I think that's all for today. Thank you for your kind attention. See you in the Google Meet session. Good morning.